Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hypodermic here. We have another dev talk to get through today. This time, the multiplayer side. It is about half the length of the zombies portion, so this won't be like a 18-minute video. So, well, let's just get into it. Let's see what they have to say for multiplayer. What are they changing?
Hey everyone, Matt Schrantz, Design Director at Treyarch, back again to talk about some updates for multiplayer in Black Ops 7. Okay, so the first topic I want to touch on is the whole aim down sights, ADS, while sliding, diving, wall jumping topic. So in the beta, that did require you to take the dexterity perk. The team looked at all of our options and ultimately landed on providing the most fluid experience by default, which does mean we've reintroduced the ability to aim down sights while sliding, diving, and wall jumping by default. You do not need to take the dexterity perk. Dexterity will still speed up those interactions, sprint to fire, slide to fire, but you will not need dexterity perk to ADS while doing those actions.
Okay,
the next one I want to touch on is just to reconfirm a topic I touched on in our last dev update about footstep volume. We have slightly increased the volume of our footsteps in multiplayer. We're very happy with where they're at, where it's going to incentivize more stealth play styles without over-indexing on the need for the ninja perk. Okay, next.
All right, first point where we stop in the video. Man, footsteps to me has always been a problem. I really doubt that it's gonna work. I don't know, maybe this time they actually freaking figured it out, but yeah, I'm guessing that they're going to be throughout the whole life cycle adjusting footstep volume, because it just seems to never work out with Call of Duty players. We always have something to say to it. It's too loud, you can't hear them at all. They're just it's just a ridiculous thing. They can never seem to figure it out, even after 20 years.
I want to touch on where we've landed with our slide tuning coming out of the beta for launch. Alongside that dexterity change and the ADS change, we have slowed down the slide speed a bit, and we will reduce the distance a bit. But I promise you, it still feels great. It still feels fluid. But we want to make sure that that's not the only way you can enter in an engagement.
Yeah, that was by the time the beta ended, oh my god, everyone was just sliding like crazy. Like, you had to slide to just avoid getting shot. Not even just that, it's just like everyone else was sliding, so you know, just might as well join into the chaos. It actually kind of worked out well for me in some points, but yeah, no, we need to get rid of everyone just sliding all over the place. It gets kind of ridiculous at some point. Mantle speed.
Okay, another movement topic I want to touch on are our mantles. So we saw the feedback, we agree. Some of the mantles felt a little slow, so the team is going through every single mantle in the game to make sure that we have a consistent speed and fill, and everything feels fast and fluid. The next one is a meaty topic, and it's about our perks and our perk distribution. Got a lot of feedback. We made some changes ahead of beta coming out of our blog. A lot of you had a lot of feedback on that, which we appreciate. But the big changes that we're going to focus on here for launch are, one, we want to make sure that we are incentivizing and allowing for varied play styles. Two, we saw a lot of feedback on how stacked slot 1 was, so we've made some adjustments there that I think you're going to be happy with. And then 3, there were some kind of niche underutilized perks, so we've actually made some combinations of perks to make those chunky decisions and choices. Okay.
Hey, they're actually going to show some gameplay here of what they actually mean. Okay, which is good, because if you recall back to World War II and the division system, they kind of like, you know, mixed a whole bunch of perks into this one thing. And it was really weird. Like, oh my gosh, I'm actually kind of forgetting how the World War II system worked. But there were no perks, I believe, that were you can actually slot into your custom class, but it's like they were all in divisions, and you just had to tier them all up, and it gave you extra, like the airborne division, for instance, I believe gave you dead silence and faster movement. So you have like your attack sprint right there, you have ninja. I believe you also had gung ho, like you're able to sprint and fire at the same time. So the problem with that on release is that the airborne division, I believe, was like the most played out of all of them. Like, I think mountain was kind of viable too, but yeah, the way it was, they just completely stacked the one division, and it just made the game so, it was so one way to play, if you know what I mean. Like, everyone was just rocking the same division, because why the hell would you rock something else that's just gonna pretty much nerf you to every other player in the game. But what I'm trying to get at here is that they as Sledgehammer reworked the whole division system, and they made just everything so much more equal. So what I'm saying is it's nice to see that they have readjusted a lot of the perks here, and I guess we'll see a little taste of what they changed here. Let's I'm sorry, I'll stop talking.
Let's get into the details. First change, we've actually moved Tech Mask to slot 2 from slot 1. That's going to allow for classes like Flak Jacket, Tech Mask, and Guardian for a very strong support tanky class.
Okay.
We've moved Tac Sprinter to slot 1 from slot 3, Looper to slot 3 from slot 2, and that's going to let you loop your score streaks. Cold.
Yeah, first of all, Tac Sprint mixing with Dexterity and perk 3, like, I didn't touch Tac Sprint. Like, I don't think I'll ever touch it again because I'm just so over it, but it's good to see that they did flip that. Like, I don't know, I guess I'll have to see when I'm messing around with some perks. Maybe I will have it on some weapons, but I don't know.
Blooded is going to slot 3 from slot 1.
Okay.
And that's going to allow for full stealth classes like Ghost, Ninja, and Cold-Blooded, with a wild card, of course.
Yeah.
Scavenger is going back to slot 2 from slot 1. And then we'll start getting into the combinations of those underutilized perks that I touched on. So first up, Shadow, which allows you to move by traps without setting them off, has been added to Engineer. So that's going to be a fun perk where you can actually see enemy equipment through the world and then also approach it and not set those traps off. Vendetta, which allows you to see the location of your previous killer, has been added to Assassin. So if you really want to target a single player on the enemy team, this is going to be your perk. So one for our melee players, we've actually added Bruiser, which gives you increased health regen and score for melee kills to close shave.
All right, that's
so if
actually
you want to go all in on
s-
that melee playstyle,
huge.
this is going to be the perk for you. Hunter's Instinct, which gives you intel on a nearby enemy after a kill, has been added to Tracker. So that's all about tracking your enemy locations. And then one that I'm super excited about, we've actually added Quartermaster, which recharges your equipment to Gearhead, and that has moved to slot 1. And if you're
Okay, that actually makes some of these other perks, like you said, underutilized perks, a little bit more viable. It's actually nice to see how they actually got rid of some perks, because there was a lot of perks in the beta. Like, I don't think I actually got to touch every single one of them. But yeah, I think they have done this in past Call of Duties, I think, but like the closest thing I can actually refer to is in Zombies, how they reworked a lot of the perks and just mashed them all together. So I like the changes. I like the changes so far, especially with the Close Shave and Bruiser perk. Like that's pretty OP, I'd say. That's pretty good.
you're all about the gadgets, or if you're all about the field upgrades and the equipment, this is going to be the perk for you. So with all of these changes to our perks, the team is very excited. We think you'll be very excited. And of course, we're very much looking forward to your feedback. Okay, next up, I want to touch on what we're doing with aim assist and blackout.
Oh, here we go.
So first off, we're looking very closely at the data, and the data says that controller players are winning slightly more in close range engagements, and then keyboard mouse players are winning slightly more in those long range engagements. So what we're going to do here is to try to close that gap, take a very close look at the strength of aim assist across all of those ranges, and then additionally, we are looking at rotational aim assist and the requirement for your right aim stick to be moving in the direction of your target. We'll have more concrete details to share soon. That's my time for today. Of course, we have more details coming on maps, modes, weapons, and progression as we head into launch.
That was it. Man, I thought they were going to talk a little bit more. I thought they were going to be talking about maps in this, but I guess that's for another time. Yeah, the aim assist, if you guys remember my my drunken rage that one stream, I was complaining so much about how there was no aim assist, and honestly, like, it's fine. I got used to it eventually. Like, I learned to not crank my freaking right stick so much. That just sounds so dirty. But yeah, it's going to be unique because a lot of people do complain about aim assist. And on console, I feel like there should be some aim assist, because definitely in the long range, when I was trying to aim down with my ARs or I was about to say snipers or LMGs, I could not track them as well as I could in previous games. But again, that could be like the no skill-based matchmaking type of thing heading in there. So I'm a little bit interested in how that is going to turn out. But I think that is it. I really don't have too much more to say about multiplayer. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Peace out.